Okay, everyone, welcome to Ask Me Anything webinar. I am Mary Sintim Donko. And before we begin and go into the questions I received ahead of time, I would first like to give an intro about myself. My name is Mary Sintim Donko, as stated. I'm a current PhD student at University of Bristol, which is in UK, specifically London, Bristol City. And my field is in composite materials and manufacturing. My project, in the broad sense, is the making of water filtration membrane for wastewater treatment application. And everyone in research knows it has its up and down, but so far we are doing, I'm doing great. I like the point I am at. And alongside my PhD work, I do one-to-one mentorship with people in my home country. So I'm a Ghanaian, so people in Ghana as well. And I also do mentorship with school children in Wales, which is also a part of the UK. I do e-mentoring section with people in Wales as well. And beside that, I also do lots of STEM advocacy and STEM outreach and talk. So last year, that was 2025, in February, I did an international outreach through my current university I'm at in Ghana. So we visited a high school in Koforidua and also Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, specifically the materials department. And then for the high school, I went to Koforidua Secondary Technical School. So we went there, we had some workshop sections as well as some lectures about career, how to plan and build their future. And at the university, we had time with the teaching assistant. We also had workshop sessions that covered both practical manufacturing of something, of a product, and another bit of the workshop also dealt with gaining skills on how to make plots with free online application. And then we had some lectures where I went with some colleagues from University of Bristol, and then they gave talk about different research work that is done in University of Bristol, the Bristol Composite Institute, as well as inviting other alumni from KNUST to also share a broader perspective of different fields that are available when you finish graduate school. So the idea for today's section, called the Ask Me Anything, is basically to give people the opportunity to ask questions that is bothering them. So I have a couple of questions here, and I'll try to briefly answer and go through them. And then if anyone who has joined currently also want to ask some questions and all that, just let me know, and then we will get that. Or if you also want to send it in the comments or chats, kindly do so as well. So the first question I had was, how do I manage my time? And so time management, I would say, is firstly, if you want to manage your time, is to know yourself. Why I am saying that is we all have different time we function best. Others might not be morning person. Others might not even be an evening person. Someone may be active in the afternoon section, So first, know the time you function best. Know yourself from the time you have the highest energy to when you don't have enough energy. Know your kind of learning style. So for instance, I am a visual person rather than having lots of text. So because I know this about myself, whenever I am learning or doing anything, if that thing is more of text, I'm going to be bored. But if it's like a video that I'm watching or something with lots of graphics, I'm not going to be bored. I'm going to be, oh, that's nice. Okay. Well, so I'll be super active. So first, if you want to manage your time, know yourself. There are other time management techniques. So in the subsequent section, I'll try to go more deep into that. But you can kind of people use Pomodoro technique where they do like 15 minutes, they have break and all that. I realize it doesn't work for me because when I do my first 25 minutes, that's what I was doing, 25 minutes, and I'm supposed to reward myself for 5 minutes. I realized I would scroll on social media, get distracted. Before I realized I've used more than 5 minutes, and then I'm kind of I'm beating myself. So I knew the Pomodoro technique is not for me. So what I decided to do is, instead of doing the Pomodoro technique, whenever I have a big chunk of projects to do, what I first do is that I try to break down the projects. So for instance, let's use this webinar that I just organized. So I want to organize a webinar. First, okay, what would I have to do? I need to do some prior preparation. What would it be about? My flyers. Am I going to invite people? So all these kind of planning stages. So I put that as one task. Then I know I come to, okay, I'll definitely have to do a flyer. So making a flyer, which is the designing of the flyer, then creating Google Teams or Zoom or whatever link, getting my write-up ready to send for registered participants. When I'm going to send it, I'll classify that also as one activity. Then I'll move on to, okay, so now I've already decided, ask me anything. People will send their questions. So I have to also block time, okay, for looking at people's questions and then researching about what they can do or what alternatives are available for that. So whenever you have a big task, you first divide it into same thing or break it down. And when you break it down, you realize some things are like in same thing, like what I said, the starting stage, the planning, and then I go to the media thing and the actual day and all that. So I've broken it down. But in my same thing, there are lots of activities that I will have to do. Then you can use what we call time blocking. Because if you don't break down your activities, what actually will happen is that you are either going to, most likely, what often happens, you underestimate the time that you need to get that specific activity done. Okay, so make sure you divide the tasks and then know exactly the various activities that goes into that task so that it will help you to time block accurately. Okay, and then once you get the time blocking done, it also helps you to, it doesn't really help you because personally, because the main thing for this webinar is honest conversation. Sometimes I can block in an activity, but because I didn't really factor in either the whole thing I'll be doing that day or my energy level, sometimes I don't end up doing it. So for instance, I've put in maybe it's Tuesday or Wednesday, I want to do A, B, C, and D. I woke up that Tuesday. It seems my energy level is very low. Either I'm not feeling that great and all that. Therefore, one thing in time management you have to know is also flexibility. all right? So that flexibility, so that when you don't feel well, when you don't feel great, you can swap up activity. You pull 10 tasks ahead so that you do the small tasks that will make you feel great. Yay, I've got this done, to kind of build you the momentum to continue. All right. So there are different other things you can also do, but for now, let's stick to this on the time management. And I also got another question on how can someone from a poor home become a great person in future? Well, I would first say that being or coming from a poor home would not prevent you from becoming a great person in future. To me, greatness is about mindset. Your mindset, the connections you make, would build the future you have to do, and also intentionality and planning. I do understand and appreciate that if you are probably born into a wealthy family, it might come with its own specs and certain advantage, but you can make it or become great irrespective of coming from a poor background. What I will recommend for you to do, or how I would tackle this question, is first, you have already established that, okay, you are coming from a poor home. Okay, that's fine. Secondly, what do you want to do? What is your vision? You have to spend time to know your vision, your goals, what motivates you. Thirdly, what then I'll do is to start to plan. Based on my vision, my goals, and my aspiration, I'll start to make intentional choices, intentional planning, intentional connection. So, for instance, if I want to go to graduate school, I'm coming from a poor background. Okay, so that means that I cannot pay for tuition or university fees abroad. That means I need to definitely get a scholarship. So if I just completed high school and I'm now going to university, the first thing to do is to research in my planning that I'm doing, research into what are the hot courses in what hot courses is happening now. And once you know those hot topics or hot areas, you try to pick university courses that do not only restrict you to that particular field, but gives you flexibility as well to change. What I mean by that is, now things change a lot over time, and so things change a lot over time. Therefore, if you choose topics that are restricting, do not have enough room for you to, or doesn't come with enough flexibility for you to move around, what will happen is you finish school and it doesn't seem to have any future career path if that field is no longer booming. Okay, so you pick a course in university that has a bit of flexibility, but it also aligns to your goal, your dream that you have. And then when you get to university, that is where you make the right connections. You start looking at graduate school. What do you have to do in order to secure scholarship? Definitely, you need to have a good grade in school, but getting graduate school is not always about good grades. Okay, so now you create LinkedIn channel. You look at people that are in your community that are doing well academically. You connect with them, you follow them, see what they are doing, send them DMs and talk to them. Oh, can you be my mentor? Can you be this? Or even if, because sometimes people might have busy schedules, so they cannot be your mentor. But once in a while, you pop them a chat, either on LinkedIn. Oh, I'm kind of at this stage, I don't know what to do. Any advice? People are kind enough. They are kind enough to send you feedback and also contribute that, oh, this is what I think, this is what you can do, and all that. Okay. And then you make these connections, and then you ask them. So you use them to build on the things that you have to do that lies ahead of you, because they have already been where you are dreaming to be. So they can coach you and direct you on the what not to do and what to do. Okay. And once you are on this trajectory, you are definitely making intentional thoughts and action to make sure you have a better future. So I'm going to go to the next question I have. So the person just wrote problem of unemployment. Oh, problem of employment. I'm not really sure what they mean by that, but I am going to guess it might be around how you tackle employment and stuff. So one, I know that most of us, when we were growing up, the idea was go to school, get a university degree, look for a job, and then that's it, you get money. But now we've seen over time that you can finish university with good grades, with either a first class upper or something, but you are struggling to get a job. So I think we need to have a mindset shift, okay? Moving away from the idea that when you finish school or when you go to school and all that, there is already a job available for you to employ. It's not working. The population of people with graduate degree and the work we have available, they are not matching up. Therefore, we need to tackle education not as a means to get employment, but look at education as a means to improve ourselves, our thinking, and also become entrepreneurial in our thinking. So for instance, I did materials engineering in Ghana during my undergrad. You finish materials engineering, you have a degree, you are waiting for a company to employ you. But when you are being trained as a graduate, what that education is doing for you is kind of tuning your mind and your mentality, how to critically think, how to analyze, how to be a team player, how to communicate. You presented, you were given project work, you did, and all that. These are all skills that built you up, or the skills you learned during your undergrad. Okay, so think of those skills and see what else you can do with it. You finish undergrad, there can be people in your area that they are looking for extra classes teachers. There can be people in JHS, primary school, SHS. They'll come back home. Initiative, you can organize extra classes. You go to church, okay? So you can basically tell the people or the mummies and the daddies in your church that, oh, I have a first class from Kwame Nkrumah University. I did computer engineering. I did biochemical engineering. I did this, I did that. I am organizing extra classes for now. The SHS, they do double track, blah, blah, and all that. They come home, they stay home 3 months or something. You can definitely teach them what is in their course. No one is coming to ask you for taxes or anything. This would basically be you earning money from your ingenuity, okay? So kindly move away from the mindset shift that going to school, gaining degree is for you to get employment. Another thing I want to say about this is when you are in school, make sure you are building other soft skills. So soft skills like maybe photo editing, painting, talking, communication, whatever soft skill that you can easily find available, make sure you build on those things, because these skills can also generate you money when you know how to deal with it or how to publicize these skills for money. Then I got another question on, can I pursue a degree in nursing with 6 credits? I didn't understand this question. Can I pursue a degree in nursing with 6 credits? If you are in the chat, can you please clarify what you mean by 6 credits? But if you want to pursue degree in nursing at the university, what I would say is look at the various schools. So depending on where you want to pursue the degree in nursing, whether in Tech, in Legon, UCC, or any of the university that have this course available, kindly check the requirements. Because I know if you do general science, for sure, you can do degree nursing once you get the cutoff point. So what I will ask you to do is look at the universities, look at the degree nursing program, look at the SHS course you have to do, and what are the cutoff points, because that would definitely, once you meet these criteria, then you are on the right track to getting admitted. In case you did general arts or visual arts and you want to do degree nursing, I think you might have to be doing extra class on certain science-related courses to replace specific courses you are doing in your general arts course, so that you can be able, you have the fundamental knowledge in the science field to do degree nursing without any stress. Then I had another question, what jobs are available after school? Well, there are lots of jobs available after school. It's a matter of, one, looking at what job you are interested in, what field you are interested in, and also because I'm mostly keen about interest and passion rather than being driven by money. But in case you do not know where to search for job and all that, one free place I would say you look for job is LinkedIn. Okay, so when you go on LinkedIn and you type something, maybe online tutor, when you search that, there is a button you can click, which is called the jobs, and then it will give you the various online tutoring thing. But one thing LinkedIn normally does is, based on the profile you have on LinkedIn, they can even suggest certain jobs they think you are qualified and suitable for. So don't be restricted on what you think you can do. There are lots of jobs that are available depending on what field you are coming from. It's just a matter of Google filter, and even sometimes normal Google search, okay, because that's what I did, or that's how I got to know about my school I'm currently in as a PhD student. Normal Google search, maybe how to be a project manager, or project management course, or product manager course, or technical course. Just search that. You see, it will give you certain prompts and certain leadings. Okay, so don't think there are no jobs available after school. Another free tip I will also give is that when you are searching for job, avoid or stay away from looking for job specifically based on your qualification that you have. So I did material science. So if I am searching for job and I want job that are in material science or have the word in material science, it might be hard. But I did polymer processing as a course in school. I did ceramics as a course in school. I did metallurgy as a course in school. So you can tweak the job search to specific or to certain courses that you did, okay? And also based on the experience that you have, you can use that to search for a job, because there are other skills you learn in school that might not be visible in the degree that you are holding. All right. So the next question is, how can you acquire a scholarship after getting an admission? So this is a tricky bit. It depends on the admission that you had. So for instance, I'm presuming this person is talking about graduate school. So you are trying to get, for graduate school, you can be either doing a master's or a PhD, right? For masters in the UK, they normally do not give scholarships, but there are ways around it. What I've seen so far is you might be offered like 50% scholarship. Some can go to the extreme of 70% scholarship, okay? Or for PhD, most times it comes with full scholarship when you get it. So what I would recommend is that when you are making your application, there are places that you can search for. If you want ukphd.com, okay, it's a site that you can go to it has the PhD office, and you can also follow schools on LinkedIn, because when they have admissions or when they are about to open their portal for a certain program, because how should I put this? Most times for UK schools, you have professors applying for grants, and when they get the grant, they will now come and advertise that we've got a grant for this PhD or in this field. Therefore, if you have suitable qualification, go to this link and it will show you when admissions will be open for you to start your application. So you can follow some key professors in the area that you want to go to, and then you can then see when they have admissions as well. Currently for my institution, they've gotten a grant, and so they posted on LinkedIn sustainable composite. So anyone that you are interested in sustainable composites is open. Okay, so check the University of Bristol, the Bristol Composite Institute page. They have a section CDT, which is Center for Doctoral Training, and that the sustainable composite, they are looking for people, okay? And yeah, so you target key people on LinkedIn that will share PhD offers when they are open as well, and check phd.com. I will invite other people in the subsequent meetings to kind of delve deep into this whole PhD application and how you search for scholarship and what you have to do and things you have to get in place if you want scholarship. But in the meantime, go on phd.com. And another thing I did when I was looking for schools was I made a Google search, okay, universities offering composite materials. And then I had several things and I filtered through. What I was doing is I was applying to PhD position that comes with scholarship, like full package scholarship, okay? So that when you are being admitted, then you have the scholarship attached to it, rather than solely looking for admission and then later come to look for the scholarship. In Ghana, I know you can get admission and then go through Ghana Scholarship Secretariat. And if you succeed, then they will fund for your studies. I will recommend that if it's a master's. If it's a PhD, I will prefer you get a scholarship that funds both your tuition and your stipend, because honestly, it's not easy schooling, especially abroad, and then working at the same time to cater for some of your expenses. So let's try to get both admission and scholarship together. But however, if you've gotten admission without a scholarship, most schools have this thing they call you can defer. So you defer for that academic year, and then they still keep you on their waiting list in case for the next academic year, so that you become like the first person. Sometimes some university they review before they look at new applicants. So whenever you get admission that the scholarship is not part, ask them if you can defer and be on their waiting list, okay, or if the university also have other sometimes they have university scholarships. So for Bristol, they have the Think Big and all that. So sometimes you ask them if they can also refer you to those scholarships so you can apply. The next one I had is how to excel with the knowledge acquired from the program of study. So how do you excel with the knowledge acquired from the program of study? So depending on whatever program you've studied, there are certain skills you learn out of it. So definitely before you complete your undergrad, it means you've done certain projects, you've done presentation, and so you build those skills. Those are what are relevant, okay? And then you look at the things you are learning in a broader scope of things. One thing I've realized is that sometimes we learn something and you are just skewed, or your mind is boxed and fixed in using that knowledge in just that framework. Remember that knowledge or education is always, it can be translated, okay? So in school, maybe you did, agric, or let's take it you did agric. They taught you how to plant in layers and all that, or they taught you how to make, design a flyer or design a complimentary card and all that. Sometimes certain things you'll be like, agric, what am I doing with designing a complimentary card or whatever? But when you finish school and you took or you saw the bigger picture of that program, you will know that you can use that skill to be an editor, where you can just make a business out of building and designing graphics for people's websites, or designing graphics for people's flyers, for businesses, you can basically do all those things. They are not agric related, but it's a skill that you've learned and you've translated it to use it for something that is fetching you, adding value to other people, okay? So let's move away from the mindset of thinking whatever we are taught in school is just, you think of it just in your school things. When you are learning, try to translate and move knowledge around to several areas of your life. The next one is, I have applied to graduate school a couple of times. I've applied to graduate school a couple of times. Right. Okay, I'll come back to this question. I'm trying to enlarge my... Okay. Oh, that's a long one. Okay. I have applied to graduate school a couple of times and I have been able to secure admission in some of them. Nonetheless, I have not been able to secure a scholarship in any of these attempts. So that's similar to the question I previously answered. Whenever you are applying to graduate school, apply to courses that comes with scholarship. And then you apply with the courses that comes with scholarship. If it's a master's, then UK, you might not, depending on the country, for instance, UK, it will be very hard and difficult for you to get a master's with a scholarship, that is where we will have to look at other alternative places for you, like France, because I know France, they have various scholarship packages available. I think one was Eiffel scholarship, also, if I remember the name right. But certain countries, France, Germany, they have scholarships packages available even for masters. So you can go to countries that offer masters program with scholarship, do your 2 years masters over there, build skills. China, Korea, they have masters that comes with scholarship. And sometimes this country, once you are done with your masters, they are even asking you or proposing for you to pursue PhD with them, because they've invested 2 years resource into you, so they don't want you to leave. But however, if you still want to leave, you've built skills in those 2 years of your masters, and you can look at other countries that have large volume of people always applying to those countries because of because we speak the same language. So for instance, UK, Canada, some parts of Canada, because that can be French or English. So UK, some parts of Canada, US, most times they have large volume of applications and students from all over the world trying to get admission into those schools. So it makes the competition high. So you can start with Europe or other country, get a master's, build your skills and your profile, and then you can use that to apply for PhD in other English-speaking countries if you want to. But then you'll be much suited and much qualified, and you are easy to get offers that comes with a scholarship. How do I find a scholarship? How do I find scholarship in the UK? So it seems there's a topic of scholarship is popping up a lot. I'm going to do probably in the future do a webinar where we go through how, or the various platforms, other people you can follow that they share scholarship offers. So if you're looking at UK, as I stated, phd.com has lots of scholarships. And the good thing about phd.com is it has different categories. When you use the filters for different fields, it's kind of structured in the fields and even in the location that you want to, the location, what I mean by that is the city in UK you want to study in as well. So I'm going to do that so that I can share and you know how to navigate through phd.com, and also how to make your application stand out for postgraduates, or if you are in undergrad, what things you can do and plan ahead if you want to do postgraduate, so that by the time you get there, you are ready and set for that next stage. Another thing with the UK now is no matter where you're coming from, at first they waive English language if you are coming from a country that your official language is English and you also did your undergrad in English. They were waiving that, they were giving those waiver for the language proficiency. Nowadays, they don't care. They are not waiving anything for anyone. You have to write the IELTS test and pass before the school can enroll you. So I've seen people where they got admission, they got their funding, they didn't have IELTS, and the school didn't budge to waive it for them. They had to quickly sit down, learn, pass the IELTS before they could come to the UK. So in case you are UK focused, please bear that in mind. You will have to study for IELTS. They are no longer waiving. Another question is school life balance. Well, you have to enjoy, but you also have to make sure what you have to do in school, you get it done. How do you achieve this school life balance. What I mostly do as a person is that each semester, I define what are my priorities, what are important to me. So for instance, when I started my first year as a PhD student, that was mostly, I had first year of taught modules. So basically learning, going to class, having lots of projects to submit and stuff. So in making my priorities, one was my academics. Second was my family and friends, because I need them for my sanity when it comes to graduate school. And thirdly was my extracurricular. So the STEM activities and everything that I do, I toned that down. That was the least of my priority. So I remember in my whole entire first year, I only volunteered to do one outreach with the University of Bristol, which is called the Futures. That was the only thing I did when it comes to outreach, because that wasn't my priority. Then in terms of my family life and my friends, I use one weekend to kind of stay in touch with them and cool off from the whole schoolwork and school stress. And then Monday to Friday means academics, books. That doesn't mean I didn't have fun or I didn't do anything. I did. So in UK or in Ghana, obviously they don't do that, but I stand to be corrected. Maybe the lecturers, or in Africa, maybe they are also updating their style. In UK, what they do is at the start, they give you a description of the course. They give you how you are going to be assessed, whether it's going to be project-based, you are going to write exam, even if it's project-based, whether you are going to have some that are non-graded, others that are graded, even to the last bit of when you are going to submit your graded assignment. So once I have all this information, I pick the date of my submission, block that day or that date in my calendar, okay? And now when we start the teaching and stuff, I make sure that whatever is being taught in the class, at least I have a fair idea of where it's going, and note down where I don't understand or I didn't really get wherever they were talking about, okay? Another trick I also used was, because they give you your projects ahead of time. Sometimes you start the program like 6 weeks, then they will give you your projects you have to do to submit at the end of the year. So what I was doing is, when I go to class, for the first 6 weeks, I do not know which parts of the lectures or what is being taught would be needed in my assignment. Therefore, I try to get the general idea, a fair understanding of it, circle the bits that I don't understand, okay? And then when the assignment comes, I know, okay, this lecture slides or this lecture can be used to do that, okay? And so you get the whole idea of which lecture slides you need for which bit of your assignment, and also plan out how you are going to work through the assignment. So you make sure maybe after the 6th week, your 7th week or your 8th week, you are going to start with the first question, devote and block time, and state specifically what you are going to do on that particular topic. And another thing is, sometimes your question, when you are being taught in lectures, what you can do is you read a question. If you think, oh, okay, I think whatever they are saying can be used here, you jot that as well and link it so that later you remember and build on it. Plan breaks when you are also working in your work-life balance. There are days that Friday, I'm like, it's movie time. I'll just watch movie relax, not do any assignment or school-related stuff so that I can cool down. Don't compromise too much on your sleep. Well, for me, that's me, because then I become grumpy and I can't think and reason well. Okay, so days that I don't have enough sleep, it's like 5 hours or 4 hours. And those times are when it's probably close to a deadline that I wasn't able to do most of what I plan to. Then I have to power up. But aside that, I get enough 8 hours of sleep. I know there are times in your life that your sleep might be like 4 hours or 5 because there are other priorities. So as and when it's needed, you tune your priority up and adjust, and after that try and sleep to recover from the deprivation. Okay, how to get work opportunity in the system, whether self-employed or underemployment? I don't understand this question, unfortunately. If you are here, kindly add a bit of flesh and clarify what you mean by this. Another question on schools in the UK. So I think we've talked a bit about this. The next question was insights on navigating life as a graduate seeking scholarship opportunities. Insights on navigating life as a graduate seeking scholarship opportunities. Okay, so I mentioned some of them. One, make sure if you don't have LinkedIn, you create your LinkedIn account profile, build your LinkedIn. Then secondly is if you are thinking of scholarship opportunities, is it's very demanding, and a lot of people all over the world are also competing for that. So you have to kind of level up a bit your skills. And sometimes what people or what professors are looking for are not only top class students, but graduate admission teams also look at the personality of the person. If, for instance, you had second class upper and it's an upper that is close to first class, aside that, you also did politics, you were student this, maybe you did other extracurricular activity. What that tells me is that you are not only a bookworm. You know how to balance your time, you know how to work in a team, you know how to prioritize, because graduate school is most often you and your project. You are your manager, you are everything. You decide when you go to the lab, what time you close, what chemicals to order, what time you analyze your data. So you need to show them that you can manage things on your own. You don't need external motivation, or you don't need someone to be on your neck before you start to work. So if you want to look for scholarship, make sure you build other extracurricular activities together with your education so that it shows or uplifts your profile. You can also, depending on the field you want to go to, do some online courses that are free, or maybe the price is not too high, that you can get some certificate to show that this skill that I'm saying, I have some certificates to back it. Through Coursera, Udemy, you can get some online courses as well done. And another thing is tips on how to write a winning statement of purpose. Okay, so I think I'm getting lots of school education things over here. I would have to delve deeper, and in our next webinar, I invite other people to also come and share their perspective. For statements of purpose, what you have to look at is first the country you are sending it to. What I've realized is how Canada what term statement of purpose and what they are looking for is a bit slightly different from when UK asks you for statement of purpose and when US people, what they also look out for in statement of purpose. Okay, so when you are writing a statement, first understand what country are you sending it to. Please avoid the mistake of having just one statement and purpose, and what you do is you just change the program name and change the date and sending them. Please, I beg. Some people, I even saw one. The person used the statement of purpose, wrote a statement of purpose, and it was for a different school. They forgot to completely edit out of it, and they sent the same thing, just removing the previous school and putting our school in it. But the content and the things they were saying, they're like, we do not have this. Okay, so please, if you are doing, don't get like one and you are just editing school names and dates. No, try and draft each statement of purpose tailored to the school and the country you are sending it to. For UK, whenever they are asking you something, they want reflection. They want you to be reflective, okay, and analytical. So sometimes in your statement, you have to show that, okay, there's something they call the SMART approach, where you first start with a situation or a setting. Maybe I was a general secretary, then once you are the STAR approach rather than SMART, the STAR approach. So the situation, I was a general secretary, what tax was involved, I wrote minutes, I did this, I did that. Or being a general secretary, for the situation, I realized there are no record keeping of minutes from previous admissions, and stuff. Then you come to the tax. So as a general secretary, you are required to write minutes, go to meetings, whatever, you state the tax. Then you come to your action. What exactly did you do? What exactly did you do? Okay, so for instance, what exactly did you do? So for instance, I got a record keeping approach, maybe Google Meeting, Cloud, or whatever, where you can see all the minutes are written, the format, or you got a template for meeting and that, and all those things. So you show specifically the things you did as your action for that. And then what was the result that was shown? You state those. That's typically your UK style. So whenever you are writing a statement of purpose, then just state stuff and build your whatever story you are building. Say something, say what you did, what results came out of it, what you learned out of it, and make that into the format of statement of purpose. Okay, I hope that helps. And my last one here is I want to know how to attend to seminars on I want to know how to attend to semesters on our transcript that we didn't really do well on. Do we mention it in our application or let our recommender do that? Okay, so the question is not clear, but I think you want to talk about for certain courses you didn't do really well. How do you go about it in application? So what you can do is that, for instance, you started maybe second year, first semester, there was a course you didn't do well, and because of that, it dropped your CWA. One approach to go about it is to reflect, kind of write a story on reflection. Okay, so in this semester, there are certain things that resulted in you not doing well in that program. But what you took out of it is maybe you weren't learning, you built your timetable, you started group meeting or peer-to-peer learning, you started to learn note taking or note keeping. So whatever that helped you to bounce back in your next semester, okay? Another thing you can also do in such a case of you not having some good results is maybe you didn't have good results because you were at challenging time of your life and you didn't have enough time to focus on your books, okay? So what another story you can probably build out of it is how resilient you are of not giving up, irrespective of the challenges and adversities that you went through that semester. You still had the tenacity to bounce back, the determination and perseverance to become a better version in the next semester. Okay, so depending on some of these things, we can kind of work on at how you tweak, how you phrase the wording, okay, in order to make it meaningful or for your application to stand out. All right. So that is it for all the questions that I got. And so now, in case you have any further questions, could you kindly unmute and then ask? Or if you like to put it in the chat as well. Okay, so there's this one question in the chat. Fully funded PhD scholarship in UK and getting job in one's country, still developing. Oh, still developing in Africa, which one is better? Okay, so for the question in the chat, what I would say is it depends on what your dream or your plan is. Sometimes most of us, we think when we japa, our destiny will change. When we japa using school, that's it. PhD is not, don't think of PhD as a ticket for you to get out of Ghana or it being a greener pasture opportunity. No. PhD should be you really love learning, you really love researching, you are curious about a certain field, and you are passionate to delve deep into it. Else, if it's just a means of you jackpering from Ghana, or if it's just a means of that's that people are just going to school, let me also go some. And it's not something deep down you want. You step in and you realize it's not a joke, okay? Because remember that when you move to a different country, you don't really have any friends. Their culture is not the same as Ghana. Some of them even don't speak the same language as you do. And there are racism, let's be honest. There are low-key racism and subtle stuff you will face. So if you want to look for PhD fully funded in UK and all that, know these are some of the things you'll be going through. Subtle racism and stuff. You not always probably fitting in, depending on your personality as well, how adaptive you are. These are all some of the things when you are looking at scholarship in Ghana, you have to focus on as well. And getting a job in your country, still developing in Africa, you see, you can getting a job in Ghana. If you get a job in Ghana, or you are building a job, or you've created a job that has a potential, and you think, let me just stop this and just go to abroad and school. Think of it a bit more. Okay, is it just the school you want to school? Because at the end of the day, going to the school, you are still coming to look for a job. So if you have a job, or you have a job that is paying you, you can still do the job. Now they have distance learning. I know people that are working, they are doing masters distance. Some are even doing their PhD. And in South Africa, okay, that you don't have to necessarily be there. They interact with their supervisors online, because it's research based. You can work in Ghana or do a job in Ghana and do a PhD if you are really interested in PhD and schooling in the field you are doing your job. And you still be getting your job, because at the end of the PhD, the truth of the matter is you are coming to look for a job, and you finish PhD and you do not have any skill sets. But if you are working and alongside you are doing your PhD, whether online, through different schools and all that, it's kind of better. Okay, yeah. Any more questions? Any more questions? The floor is open for extra questions in case you have any.
Well, for me, it's okay. It's a bit clearer. I mean, on the issues, and then I think you were proposing for the scholarship, and that you're gonna have a next seminar that's gonna go in depth into it. So for me, I'll be looking forward to that. Thanks for the presentation.
Okay. Any more? Okay, so I think there are no extra questions. So thank you so much for your time, for joining Ask Me Anything University Live Career Webinar. I appreciate your time and your commitment. You can connect with me on LinkedIn via Mary Sintim Donko, and we can connect and interact more. In case you want to share this webinar to someone else, what I will be doing is I'll be posting on YouTube. The handle is @intentionalstudent, and so you can always go back and have a look at this webinar. And then I'll see you again in the subsequent webinar, where we'll delve more into academics, scholarship, and other scholarship, career, finance. And I'll be inviting expert people. For instance, when it comes to finance, how to budget and all that, I will be inviting chartered accountants and other people in the field of finance to come and give us insights and knowledge, share templates on how they budget their finance. In terms of the school, I would also try and get some professors and ask them what they look out for in students when they are reviewing application, and how can students better position themselves for graduate school. So thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful evening or afternoon, depending on wherever you are. Stay blessed and see you again. Bye.